What's up YouTube? My name is Amos Bro. For this video we're doing a first impressions of Diabolik Lovers More Blood. And this is the second season of the anime series. So yeah, you know that complete series set that Sentai Filmworks put out? Oops. But anyway, this season introduced 4 new characters who, if you've seen Nova, you already know them, but let's say the off chance that you haven't. The 4 characters are called the Mukamis brothers. They are named as follows: Ruki, Ko, Yuma, and Aza. Now, fun fact, Ko shares the same voice actor as Kis Ryota from Kuroko's No Basket. Kuroko no Basket. And Ruki shares the same one as Claude from Black Butler. They join a cast that involves, of course, the 6 Sakamaki brothers, who, for those of us who forgot them, here's their names in the order they're presented on my anime list: Subaru, Aeto, Luigi, Kanato, Laito, and Shu. Shu, for anybody who wonders, is voiced by the same person who voices Cecil Ejima, excuse me, in Udapri. Also, I come to find out the person that does the voice acting for Reiji Sakamaki actually did Toya in Ayashi no series. Yeah. So think about that for a minute as we go through this. So, this first episode starts in a very ominous way. What we found out was we met 2 other new characters who I forgot to mention. Their names go as follows: Shin Tsukanami and Carla Tsukanami. What role they're going to play, we don't know yet. Let it be known right now. We have no idea how they're going to play into the picture. I got a feeling, though, they got bad intentions. Much like that prick Richter who showed up in Season 1. So they were the first people you actually meet. During the course of the episode, however, you get to really see the battle lines start to be drawn. Because what we had our friend, the Sakamakis, decide they were going to greet Yui in her bedroom, and specifically the triplets. For those who forget, the triplets are Aeto, Kanato, Laito, or Reito, whichever way you prefer. Yeah, those 3. Aeto, yeah, I'm kind of warming up to a little bit. Even if he still thinks the heroine's flat-chested. Kanato is creepy as all hell. And Laito, he can go jump in a lake. That's actually a bad pun the more I think about it now. Anyway. Excuse me. Excuse me. Well, as the episode progresses, and by the way, the episodes are still as short as ever, 12 to 15 minutes. What they do is they introduce you again to those characters, and of course the very unique Taskmaster style control, in some respects, that Reiji has over everyone. He is, by the way, the 2nd oldest, but he, in many respects, takes the role of the man of the house, because Shu is a bit of a lazy prick, if we haven't figured that out yet. He'd rather listen to his music than, actually, I don't know, control his brothers. Meanwhile, in the Mukami household, the head of that house is Ruki, and he actually does his fucking job. Go figure, right? Anywho, as the episode progresses, what we come to find out is somebody thought it would be a good idea to wreck the limo of the Sakamaki brothers. Well, no duh, guess who did it? Even though they'll probably claim innocence on it. And this, in turn, brings us to, very quickly, because the episodes are only about 12 minutes long, this brings us to the point we are at now already, where the two sides are going to butt heads. They already butted heads in the OVA a little bit, and if you've ever seen it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But now, it gets even trickier because both sides want Yui to themselves. But fighting for control over her is going to be tricky because you know darn well, if you've seen the first season, the Sakamakis can and will fight for anyone who tries to take their bride from them, their haunted dark bridal. And that, my friends, is pretty much the setup for the season. Like I said, the episodes are very, very short. They're 12 to 15 minutes, and only 12 to 15 minutes. Now, in the first season, when they did this, they did it specifically to have it end on a certain path. And I'm not going to spoil it for anybody who hasn't seen it yet. I don't know what they're going to do for this season, though, because you're introducing essentially 6 more new characters. The 4 Mukamis, and of course Shin and Carla. So where do we go from here? That is the question. It's a very familiar art style that they use, which I love. And it's also very interesting with the way they intro the episodes. For those who have not seen the first season, I will tell you what they did was they put episode and they used a clock face. So the clock starts at 1, for 1 o'clock basically, and has to make 1 full rotation around. Now, of course, I just did it counterclockwise, but you get the idea, right? You have to go 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Of course, for anybody who's familiar with the way they do this, there's probably going to be a 6:30. That means 6.5, which means they're going to do a recap episode. Which is odd, because they did that for the first season, and this is the type of shows you don't really need a recap for, but no, likely they're going to do one anyway. Alright, fine. But it will be interesting to see what kind of antics Shin and Carla get into with the Sakamakis, as well as what's going to happen when Mukamis get their chance to be around Yui. It's going to be a very, very interesting time, I think. And it's one that I'm starting to really warm up to. Admittedly, when I first watched the show, and when I watched the first season, I wasn't the biggest fan of it. Now, understanding a bit more of about the characters, and understanding a bit more about the series in general, and also following certain Diabolik Lovers blogs, I'm actually looking forward to seeing where this story is going. And I think you will be interested if you decide to take the plunge and watch Season 1. Season 1 is available on Hulu if you want to watch it on there. I think you can still watch it on Crunchyroll, although I haven't figured out if it's still listed or not. But you have Hulu to watch it on. If you want to go another route, you can also check out Kiss Anime and you can look up Diabolik Lovers, More Blood, and you can also look up the original series on there, as well as this OVA, to get to understand who these characters are before you take the plunge. Like I said, I've watched the first season now twice, and I've seen the OVA a couple times. I have a very good idea who all the characters are, and I understand a little bit more about them. So I'm quite looking forward to what happens this season. And who knows, we might get a third season, because there's a lot more than just the original Diabolik Lovers, Haunted Dark Bridal, and More Blood. So stick around, kids, because this is going to get crazy. And I hope you're ready to come with me. Anywho, that will be all for tonight, and I hope you all have a great evening. Take care, my friends.